You know what I think is kind of upsetting? The fact that we only have two pseudo-legendary Pokemon that are not represented by their home region's Elite Four or Champion. And you already know who they are because I put their images down there. Yeah, Tyranitar and Kamo-O are the only ones. Every other pseudo-legendary is used by either an Elite Four member or the Champion within their home region. Except for these two. And honestly, I don't think it quite makes sense for either. Let's work backwards and start with Kamo-O, because I can kind of see the logic here. It's a trial Pokemon, or not trial Pokemon, a totem Pokemon in every version of Alola, so it might feel a little bit repetitive if they gave it to Hala, or Kukui, or Hau, or whatever, to also have it be a totem Pokemon at the same time. So I can kind of understand it there, but it is still a really big shame that in base Sun and Moon we have a fighting type Elite Four member and the fighting pseudo-legendary isn't represented, or they didn't just give it to Kukui or Hau. So that at least within one version it would have been represented. But like I said, I can kind of see the logic there. Tyranitar, I do not understand the logic at all. Tyranitar does not appear anywhere else in any of the Johto games used by any significant trainer that I've been able to find, unless I'm missing something. And there are two perfect candidates for who could use it. The obvious one, of course, is Karen, the Dark-type Elite Four member. And sure, you maybe could say, well, it would be kind of busted to give a regular Elite Four member a pseudo-legend if in both leagues surrounding it, they didn't do that, because Lance uses a Dragonite in Gen 1, and Drake uses Salamence in Gen 3, and Tyranitar is in the same vein. All of them have a 4x weakness that's a type you can pretty easily get your hands on if you know where to look. Hell, fighting is easier to get your hands on than ice in pretty much every region. But also, I feel like you could make Tyranitar work for Lance. It's very dragon-like, being kind of... I don't think it's based on Godzilla. I think it's based on a different kaiju. But still, very similar, very dragon-adjacent. I feel like it could work as, like, maybe you switch it out for one of his Dragonites so it seems a little bit less repetitive. And maybe that's why they didn't give Karen a Tyranitar, right? They didn't want you to have to fight 4 pseudo-legendary Pokemons all in one league. But still, it's just such a shame that Tyranitar doesn't get any representation by any major trainer in its home region. Like, even, like, Kamo at least gets to be a totem Pokemon. Tyranitar's got nothing in Johto, and that sucks. And I'm saying that partially because it's my favorite pseudo-legend. But yeah, that's my little rant. Let me know what you guys think.